The atmosphere nationally and within the international legal community is currently charged with intense debate following recent reports concerning the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. For those who have been closely monitoring this long-standing legal battle, the current year, 2026, has brought about a series of events that many are describing as both shocking and unprecedented. We have seen a significant shift in the narrative, moving from the courtrooms of Abuja to the international stage in the United States, where discussions regarding his status and the implications of his detention have reached a fever pitch. To truly understand the gravity of the shocking judgment headlines circulating on social media, we must look at the foundation laid in late 2025. You will recall that on November 20, 2025, a federal high court in Abuja, presided over by Justice James Omotosho, delivered a landmark ruling that saw Nnamdi Kanu sentenced to life imprisonment. The court found him guilty on 7 counts related to terrorism and treasonable felony, asserting that his broadcasts and leadership of IPOB were used to incite violence and coordinate attacks. This conviction was a major turning point, leading to his transfer to a high-security facility. However, as we have moved into 2026, the story has taken a dramatic turn, with emerging claims regarding American judicial and diplomatic involvement. Recent reports circulating in January and February of 2026 have alleged that a United States court or government body has intervened in a way that could fundamentally alter the trajectory of this case. Specifically, there have been widespread claims that Nnamdi Kanu has been declared a United States citizen or even appointed as a Goodwill Ambassador. While these claims have sent shockwaves through the Nigerian political landscape, it is essential to analyze the reality of these shocking developments. Analysts suggest that these reports often stem from the intense lobbying efforts and legal filings made by Kanu's international legal team in Washington. In early 2026, the discourse has shifted toward whether the U.S. judicial system can exert pressure based on human rights violations or the controversial nature of his 2021 extradition from Kenya. The shock that many are feeling comes from the possibility of international sanctions or diplomatic rebukes that could follow if the U.S. formalizes its stance on his detention conditions. The tension is further heightened by the fact that Nnamdi Kanu has remained vocal even from within the custodial facility, recently challenging the medical reports that declared him fit for trial. He has consistently maintained that his fundamental rights are being trampled upon, a sentiment that has found a receptive audience among some members of the United States Congress who have expressed concerns over religious and ethnic tensions in Nigeria. This intersection of Nigerian domestic law and American international policy is where the real shock lies. If you are finding this breakdown insightful and want to stay updated on every twist and turn of this high-stakes legal drama, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications so you never miss an update on the stories that shape our nation. Looking deeper into the 2026 developments, we see that the Nigerian government remains firm on the validity of the life sentence. However, the legal team representing the IPOB leader has not rested. They are currently pushing for a review of the conviction, citing that the trial was conducted under circumstances where the defendant could not properly access his case files or prepare a robust defense. The international community is watching closely to see if the U.S. will take a definitive step beyond mere rhetoric. There is a related talk or a growing conversation among legal experts that if a U.S. court were to rule on the legality of the extraordinary rendition process used to bring him back to Nigeria, it could create a diplomatic standoff. Some suggest that the shocking judgment referred to in recent viral headlines may actually be a reference to a specific U.S. subcommittee's findings or a lower-level court's opinion on the human rights aspects of his incarceration. As we navigate through March 2026, the situation remains fluid. The Nigerian public is divided. While some see the life sentence as a necessary step for national security, others view the international pressure as a justified quest for justice and fair play. What is certain is that the story of Nnamdi Kanu is far from over. The legal maneuvers in both Abuja and Washington, D.C. indicate that we are entering a new phase of this saga, one that moves beyond the borders of Nigeria and tests the strength of international treaties and human rights laws. The shock is not just in a single court ruling, but in the realization that the world is watching, and the decisions made in the coming months will have a lasting impact on Nigeria's standing in the global community. We will continue to track these developments, ensuring that you have the most accurate and up-to-date information as it breaks. Sources: News Central TV Africa. Nnamdi Kanu sentenced to life. U.S. hearing on alleged Christian genocide in Nigeria, November 2025. The Guardian. Biafran separatist leader sentenced to life on terrorism charges by Nigerian court, November 20, 2025. Voice of the People TV, VOP TV. Nnamdi Kanu declared U.S. citizen in shocking new claim, January 26, 2026. TVC News. Nnamdi Kanu sues NMA for 50 billion naira and rejects medical report, November 16, 2025. Business Day Nigeria. Court dismisses Kanu's request for prison transfer, January 2026. Would you like me to analyze the specific legal arguments being used by his team in the U.S. court to challenge his conviction?